what we've seen is, a significant decline in investment in oil and gas, and it's difficult, as we come into the energy transition, we're clearly going to see a decline in fossil fuels as a share of the energy mix, and for companies that are making investments that often take 10, 15 years to pay back. The energy transition means that confidence investment is not there, and as a result of lower investment, in the supply, that will lead to tighter markets really before we see renewables start to take a more meaningful share of the mix. So I think a super cycle in oil's highly likely. As I said, in the short term, I think OPEC Plus can mitigate that to a certain extent. But as we go into 2023 and 24, once we've unwind these OPEC Plus cuts, there's really not much on the supply side that's out there to offset any demand growth that we may see.
That indeed is the case, but how realistic is a scenario of $200 on oil by December 2022? From a growth perspective, it just completely debase what we are seeing in terms of the post-pandemic recovery, and all that talk of stagflation, it'll be more fuel to essentially pushing that thought further.
I think it's unlikely they would see it, this side of 2022, unless we see a real escalation of the energy crisis that we're seeing at the moment, in coal and gas, spilling more, meaningfully into oil markets. So I think $150 before the end of 2022 is unlikely. As we go into 23, 24, I think, that's certainly, a possibility. Again, we are going to see demand, I think, increase above pre-COVID levels, as we see the full world, reopen up, after COVID. And that increase in demand coupled with very lackluster supply, will, I think, trigger some, very exceptional prices, just like we're seeing in coal and gas at the moment. In fact, the only reason we're not really seeing exceptional prices in oil at the moment is really because of, OPEC Plus and the supply that they can bring onto the market. You look at gas at $30, $35 an MMBTU, it's already at $200 a barrel equivalent.